Hello and welcome, people of the Solve Collectibles Challenge, to your first ever Solve Collectibles Fantasy Football Roundup, or as I like to call it, Solving FPL. I'm your host, Taylor Harris. Thank you all very much for having me on. I mean, you clicked on this video, so I guess it's kind of your choice. I'm going to be going through some really interesting fun facts for FPL Gameweek 22, I believe we're coming up to now. So, you know, we've only had 22 games of football this year. And we've decided to hop on fantasy football now for you over at Solve Collectibles. If you know me from TikTok, what's up? I hope you're all good. And if you don't know me, hello, I'm Taylor Harris. I hope you're all living good. I'm going to stop waffling and just get straight on to talk about this game week. First of all, in my opinion, it is essential to note you leave everything this week until as late as possible. There is not a game until the 11th or 12th next Tuesday, I believe, which leads Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games, players going to AFCON, all sorts of chaos going on before this game week. What that means is you want to leave your transfers as late as possible, because if you bring a bunch of players in, they could get injured midweek and then you're left in the grave, really, aren't you? That's important to note. If you do think, if you see any of the players that I recommend today, say, yeah, they're going straight into my team, just hold on a second. You know, these guys could pick up some at midweek, they could get COVID between now and then. You don't want to do anything too hastily, lads. Okay, let's move on to the actual FPL talk now, and my first and favourite section of the show, the Differential Essentials of this week. First up, we have Mark Cucurella. I don't think I said that right. I'm sorry, Mark. Of Brighton. We have the potential for a double game week this week as they take on Palace and then Leicester, maybe. I don't know how the double game week's going to be split yet. Though Brighton have not kept many clean sheets this season and Cucurella himself only has 3 clean sheets, he has been an incredible force going forwards for them. The only defenders with more bonus points than Cucurella this season are Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold and João Cancelo, the big boys. And coming in at just 5 million, I think Cucurella is a steal. They're playing against Crystal Palace, who haven't been amazing. Cucurella has played 21 key passes, creating 22 chances this season for Brighton, and averaged about a 7.5 out of 10 every game. Going forwards for them, he has been essential. He's also played left midfield at times, which is obviously brilliant as a defender on FPL, because it means he's got more chance to get attacking returns. And like I said, I think there'll definitely be goals against Crystal Palace in this derby. It is at the Amex, it is at home, and I'm expecting a big result from Brighton with Cucurella to get a big haul of points. For my midfield differential option, I am going with Anthony Gordon. In his last 2 games, the Everton youngster has averaged an 8.4 rating out of 10, by the way, which is ridiculously good. And he's coming up right off the back of a brace against Brighton. The kid has picked up 2 goals and 1 assist in just under 9 full games in the Premier League in a struggling Everton side. He really looks like a breath of fresh air for them. At the moment, he's 0.2% owned, which is ridiculous, but after his brace next week, I do expect that number to go up. You know, player scores a couple of goals, everyone transfers him in. And now you're thinking, Everton, they're a bit risky. They're playing Norwich, lads. Norwich, who have been terrible all year, not great at keeping clean sheets, very risky on the back line, really an opportunity for Everton to score some serious goals, and I expect this man to be involved in plenty of them. My final choice for the essential differentials this week is Edouard. You might be thinking, Taylor, Palace are playing Brighton. How can you pick a Palace attacker and a Brighton defender? I think there will be goals in this game, and I think Cucurella will contribute to goals, we could get bonus points, and I think Edouard will score as well. Let's start off with the most obvious. He's Crystal Palace's highest scoring attacker. If Crystal Palace are going to score goals, it comes through him. They're playing what we could consider a vulnerable Brighton defence. Only 6 clean sheets in the last 20 odd games or so. Like I said, I don't usually put off Cucurella for this reason. I think you're transferring him to get a potential attacking return, not to get a clean sheet. He's had 5 goals and 3 assists in just 12 starts for Palace. He can play down the middle for them or on the left wing, and he's just 6.4 million and around 4% owned. I think he's an absolute essential guy to get in. Bit different, who's still going to get you plenty of points. Moving on from the essential differentials, we are up to another really fun segment of the FPL show over on Solve Collectibles. Get 'em gone. I'm going to talk about players that are really high percentage owners that I just think you need to stick them in the bin. Get them out of there. This week is going to be a bit more general. I'm going to talk about some more general topics. But, you know, in future weeks, there might be some more individual players that I'm looking at thinking, why are they so owned? Firstly, if you have still got Chelsea defenders in your team, even after the Liverpool game, I think it's time for them to go. They have had just 2 clean sheets against the end of November and are playing Man City and Spurs in their next 2 games. Mendy has also gone to AFCON, so, you know, with Kepa in goal, is there a lower chance of clean sheets? Who knows? They're a premium price and they're not necessarily helping you out. It's not like they're going to get you many attacking returns. Rudiger with a header maybe, but Reece James and Chilwell now out injured. I am not seeing the benefit into keeping your Chelsea defenders. Get them gone. Bring in someone slightly cheaper in Cucurella and spend that money elsewhere, people. Also, very obviously, get rid of your African assets. Most importantly, your premium African assets. Look, if you've got Saiss and you want to keep a hold of him because you don't have the transfer points to get him out, okay, keep him on your bench. But you guys cannot afford to keep Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, etc. on your bench. 12 million can be spent elsewhere, like I've said. Other big areas to spend it on. I think Heung-min Son is really on the rise right now, as with Tottenham Hotspur. Conte's come in and done a brilliant job, but I think it's going under the radar, to be honest with you. Even if you have to take a transfer hit to get your premium African players out, I think they need to be gone. Same with Mendy in goal. I think he's the most expensive goalkeeper on the game and he's not playing. You can't afford to keep that in your teams. Get him gone. Alright, you lot. Let's talk about our chips for this week. This is what I like to call stacking the chips. I do not think this week is the week to play your triple captain whatsoever. If you've already played it, this part, it's not really for you, to be honest. Personally, in my team, I'm not using any chips this week. I think I've got them all left as well, by the way. Both my free hits, my triple captain, and my bench boost. I have already used my wild card. That was quite early on in the season, but I always think it's good to use it early on. You know, you get a lot of things wrong at the start of the season. You need to readjust and adapt to that. I was definitely tempted by a free hit, but it's not going to help in the long term. The players aren't back for another 3 games from AFCON. It's not going to help short term, even if you've got both your free hits left. Not useful. I think with all the adjustments of AFCON, COVID, FA Cup prospects, no one really knows what's going to happen this week. Liverpool is still going to be firing. Every big team is going to have their challenges. I don't know if it's the week to use it. If you want a safe advice, which is what I am, I'm a very safe FPL player, don't touch them. Leave them alone this week. Just chill out on them. Okay, and now on to the final section of this FPL show on Solve Collectibles. Thank you guys so much for having me. Make sure you smash that like button. We just want this series. We just want it to go so well, you know, guys. It shows your support and all that, love for the channel and love for me. Look what I'm doing. I'm spending me Tuesday night sitting and filming an FPL show for you all. I hope you appreciate it. Okay, this is the 11 in heaven. They are alive. Don't worry, like, they're alive. I just needed some cool name for this segment. I'm going to speak you through the best start 11 of this week and 11 players that I all think will get returns. In goal, I'm going for Jose Sarr, just off the back of a clean sheet at Old Trafford. 7 bonus points already this season at Southampton at home. Wolves are very tight at the back, and I expect them to keep a clean sheet this week. Not really much more to it than that. I could give you names of goalkeepers that I think are going to, save a penalty. Jose Sarr, very reliable option, will get you at least 6 points this week, provided he doesn't get himself booked. Next up, obviously, we've got Marc Cucurella. I've already spoken to you guys about the benefits of bringing him in. I don't want to reiterate myself, but like I said, attacking returns from him. I don't personally think he's one that's going to get a clean sheet this week, like I've said, but I do think he'll provide an attacking return for you, and if he doesn't, he will get bonus points. I'm willing to put, I don't know what I'm willing to put on it. I'll put this jacket on it. But Cucurella will get a return of some sort this week. Partner Cucurella in the back line, I have gone with the one, the only. Look, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. A premium defender option, but one that is absolutely essential in your FPL team. You're missing out if you don't own him by now, to be honest with you. With AFCON, no one knows how Liverpool are going to perform, but I would bank money on this time to perform every single time. Brentford are a very difficult team to play, but I think going to Anfield will be very difficult for them. I can see a clean sheet coming in. I don't think Klopp's going to let it slip twice against Brentford. I really think Liverpool will do them. Liverpool have the 4th best home form in the league. Brentford going to Anfield, a very intimidating place for the side. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't need to sit here and tell you numbers. You guys know how good his attacking returns are. You may as well just skip this section because you've probably already got him in anyway, to be honest. But he's going in my team of the week. What did I call it? The 11 of heaven. Next up in this 11, we have Connor Cody. Look, pretty much for the same reasons that Jose Sarr has been mentioned. I really don't think that Southampton are going to be too troubling to Wolves. Look, if they are, they are. Cody is not known for attacking returns. I'm putting him in because I think he's going to get a clean sheet. Just like Sarr. Guaranteed 6 points at the back, in my opinion. You know, they don't concede many. They're just off a brilliant clean sheet, a difficult place to go. They're going back to Molineux. I think the support's going to be absolutely fabulous for them there. And Connor Cody starts every game. Absolute banker. Get him in. Next up, firstly, I'm just going to get Anthony Gordon out of the way. Like I said, for all the reasons mentioned prior, I think he's a great asset to your team. If this Everton side are going to score, it's going to be through this young, exciting player. I can't really see anyone else doing it. Calvert-Lewin's coming back to full fitness and all that, maybe. But I think Anthony Gordon is the way to go, lads. At a cheap price as well, you can't go wrong. Next up, in my midfield, Diego Jota. Like I said, I've already mentioned a Liverpool player. This is more for an attacking return than a clean sheet. With Mane and Salah both gone to AFCON, I really think Jota's going to be the main outlet of points for Liverpool in attack. I think they'll still score plenty of goals. They've got enough rotation and depth, in my opinion, to do that. Like I said, they've got the 4th best home form in the league. Jota was going to score for them. I can't see really many other people doing it. Maybe Jordan Henderson, long range one. I think Diego Jota is the really obvious choice in this situation. But it's a no-brainer with the other two gone. Next up, I've already mentioned the guy's name, Heung-min Son. At a premium price, you might be thinking, oh, he's playing Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. He's going to score, okay? Spurs actually have the 3rd best home form in the league, better than Liverpool's home form, which is outrageously good, by the way. He's been shining under Conte, plenty of points. Arsenal may be a difficult game, but someone's got to score the goals, and if Tottenham Hotspur get a goal, Heung-min Son is going to be involved in it. I'm telling you now, lads. He's definitely their highest scoring midfielder. I really can see him doing Arsenal, absolutely destroying us, which is not what I want to hear, but it's not White Hart Lane anymore, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I guess it's called, and it's going to be a difficult place to go for Arsenal off the back of a harsh defeat to Manchester City. Lastly, in the midfield, I've gone for Youri Tielemans. It's very difficult between him and James Maddison, but I think James Maddison is a doubt for this week. I'm not too sure. I was a bit confused about the injury situation. Youri Tielemans, I think, is a bit more of a banker, and he's definitely going to start. Potentially another game week against Burnley and Brighton, but if not, just the Burnley game, definitely winnable for Leicester. Youri Tielemans has the most bonus points of any Leicester midfielder, and obviously James Maddison a doubt. He could push further forward and help assist the strike force. I'm not really too sure about the strike force either. Vardy and Nacho, there's all sorts of problems going on at Leicester right now. But one thing you can bank on is Youri Tielemans playing, and Youri Tielemans playing blooming well. The man is outrageously good at football, lads. I'd really recommend getting him into your squad. Like I said, definitely a bit of a differential. He's not known for scoring and assisting goals, but the bonus point system really favours a guy like him. The front three for me is where it really starts to heat up. My first choice for my strikers is Mikel Antonio against Leeds at the London Stadium. He might have dropped off in points in the last few weeks, and you may be more inclined to go with someone like Jarrod Bowen, who's been on fire. I still think this man has got it in him to score plenty of goals. Everyone knows how wide open Leeds are, and they've been struggling in the league this year as well. Mikel Antonio is West Ham's top scorer. He's their top attacking returner. In my eyes, it's a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. You go for the guy that scored the most goals for them. He might not be in the best of form. He's still doing okay. I think he scored or assisted last weekend. Definitely got me some points. He's going in my team this weekend. You want the guy in and about it. He's going to score goals. Classic poacher. He can create as well. He's definitely... Leeds are wide open constantly. Sorry, Luke. I know this is on the Solve Collectibles channel, and it's not going to go down well. But I just think he's going to absolutely tear Leeds up. They're not going to be able to live with him whatsoever. Next up, obviously, Edouard in the front line. I've listed all the reasons earlier. I don't want to go back over them, but like I said, Brighton not known for keeping clean sheets. It's a big derby game as well. I definitely think there's some returns to be had on Edouard. And finally, the big player, Emmanuel Dennis. And I know he's not even that much of a kept secret anymore. A lot of people have him in. Very controversially supposed to be at AFCON this year and now not going with Nigeria. Well, I don't want to get involved in that, Watford. I don't know what you guys are doing. Obviously, Ismail Assar has gone to AFCON, so maybe there'll be a bit less service. Saying that, he has been injured anyway, and Dennis has still been bagging the points for everyone. They're playing Newcastle, who are like 19th or 20th in the league at this time of recording. Not in a good place at all. I think they've really got a chance to get some points. Emmanuel Dennis, if Watford are going to get points, I think it's through this man. And here's the thing, you look at XG, you look at XA, and a lot of things tell you that Josh King has a lot more XG and gets himself into better positions. But Emmanuel Dennis is the man scoring the goals. He's the guy you want on your team, getting you the points. Already produced so many attacking returns, more than Ronaldo this year, I believe, by the way. Emmanuel Dennis, better than Ronaldo. You heard it here first. Just get him in your squads. Newcastle, he's going to tear them up. Absolutely tear them up. I believe that concludes this week's FPL show on the channel. Just want to say a massive thank you to you all for watching this. It's been absolutely outstanding to host. Next week we are looking on at getting some special guests. If you've got any ideas as to who you'd want to see, who you'd like to see, who you'd want to see me chat to FPL about, I know we've definitely got some connections that we can sort out. Please let us know in the comments. Once again, if you could just smash a massive like on the video, that would be so much appreciated. A lot of time and effort goes into these and so much around the Solve Collectibles YouTube channel. A massive thank you to Solve Collectibles for having me on. My name's been Taylor Harris. Hopefully I'll see you all next week, if I've done a good enough job anyway. I'll see you all out later.